Have you ever said something in anger, watched the other person's face fall, and felt a strange emptiness in your chest, as if you had just broken something you could not glue back together? Have you ever noticed that some people ruin opportunities, friendships, and even their own luck not because they are bad at working, but simply because they cannot control what comes out of their mouth? Welcome back to the channel, my friend. I am your companion on this road of awakening. Wisdom, cause and effect, practice, and destiny. Today we are going to talk about something so ordinary that most of us ignore it, and yet so powerful that it can quietly decide the rise and fall of our whole life, our speech. The original text that inspires this video has a very sharp, almost scary idea at its center sometimes. A single sentence you speak carelessly can cut your blessings in half. It explores 8 kinds of speech that people with a spiritual heart, people who care about karma and inner growth, would be wise to avoid for their entire life. Not because of superstition, but because each of these ways of talking burns merit, hurts others, and damages the invisible field of your destiny. In this long story, style sharing, we will not just recite moral slogan. Instead, we will walk together through ordinary lives and see how words can create or destroy blessings. We will talk about lying, slander, harsh criticism, gossip, constant complaining, cursing, sarcastic negativity, and careless promises. We will see how each of these shows up in daily life, how it affects your relationships and your luck, and how you can train yourself, step by step, to have a mouth that protects your blessings instead of wasting them. Treat this as a nighttime conversation between friends. You do not have to be perfect to listen. You do not need to already have a pure mouth. You just need a heart that is willing to look honestly at the way you speak and the person you are becoming through your words. Let us start with a man who had good fortune in every area of life except his speech. He had blessings everywhere, but his mouth kept tearing them, the part we will call him Daniel. On paper, his life looked blessed. He was born into a family that was not rich but stable. His parents loved him. He had enough education to find decent work. He was not stupid, not lazy, not evil. Yet if you look at the path of his life, there is a pattern: good things arrive, and then suddenly disappear. In his 20s, he got a job under a manager who really appreciated him. This boss gave him chances, explained things patiently, and even protected him several times when upper management wanted to cut staff. At first Daniel was grateful, but he had one fatal weakness: he could not stop speaking without thinking. When things went smoothly at work, he bragged to colleagues in the pantry, "If I were in charge, I would do better than our manager. He means well, but he is too slow, too kind. Without me, this team would collapse." His tone was half joking, but his words carried arrogance and disrespect. One day, he thought it would be funny to imitate his boss's way of talking at a team dinner. His impression made everyone laugh. Alcohol loosened tongues. People added their own jokes. The atmosphere became cruel. Daniel felt triumphant. For a moment, he was the star. But he did not see that a junior colleague, uncomfortable with this behavior, later mentioned it to the manager in private. The next months, his relationship with his manager changed. The trust that had once been solid now shook. The boss still tried to treat him fairly, but he stopped sharing sensitive information, stopped offering him extra opportunities. He had seen Daniel's true attitude through those careless jokes, and he could not fully unsee it. Later, when there was a chance for promotion, the manager chose someone else. When asked why, he simply said, "I am not completely comfortable with Daniel's attitude." From the outside, Daniel complained, "I am being treated unfairly. My boss is jealous of me." He never connected the dots between his jokes and the lost opportunity. This pattern repeated in other areas. In relationships, he charmed people with sweet words at the beginning, but when he was angry, his tongue became a knife. He would say things like, "You are useless. No one will ever love you. You are just like your horrible family. After each explosion, he apologized with flowers and dinner. But some words cannot be fully erased. His partners forgave the first time, the second time, but each time, a little piece of the relationship broke off and died. Eventually, they left with his parents. He often answered them impatiently. When they called to ask about his day, he snapped, "Stop nagging me. I am not a child." When they offered advice, he mocked them. They swallowed their sadness because they loved him. But blessings that could have come through their heartfelt good wishes were blocked by the sharp wall of his disrespectful speech. At one point, an elder who cared about him took him aside and said, "You know, your life is not bad. You have many blessings, but your mouth keeps tearing them apart. If you do not change the way you speak, you will slowly burn through the good karma you were born with. Your own words are eating your luck." He laughed it off. Words are just words. Why take it so seriously? Years later, when his career had stalled, when his relationships were messy, when his parents' health had declined and there was deep regret in his heart, he remembered that elder's warning. This is the first shadow we must face. Speech is not just air. From the perspective of cause and effect, speech is action. It creates karma just as surely as your hands and feet do. A knife cuts whether you believe in its sharpness or not. In the same way, certain kinds of speech will cut your blessings whether you take them seriously or not. 8 dangerous styles of speaking, or simply 8 ways of misusing this knife. Let us walk through them one by one. Not as a technical list, but as familiar faces in our own daily life. The soft-looking knife line that slowly kills trust. Imagine a young woman named Emily. She is not a criminal. She is not a big liar in the dramatic sense. But she tells small lies almost every day. She lies to avoid discomfort. She lies to look better. She lies to avoid responsibility. She tells her friend, "I am almost there," when she has not even left the house yet. She tells her boss, "I did not receive that email," when she saw it but forgot to reply. She tells her parents, "I am fine. Everything is fine," when she is actually drowning in debt from online shopping. Each lie seems small, like a tiny cut. No one dies from one tiny cut. But if you make 100 such cuts on the same place, the wound becomes serious. One day, a close friend discovers that Emily had lied about something more serious. She had shared a private secret while pretending to keep it, then denied it until evidence appeared. The friend feels deeply betrayed. She says, "If it were a one-time thing, maybe I could forgive. But now I realize you lie easily, even about small things. How can I know when you are being real with me?" Trust, once broken, is very hard to rebuild. At work, similar patterns form. Colleagues notice that what Emily says does not always match reality. They might not confront her directly, but they remember when important information needs to be passed on. They hesitate when a project requires total reliability. They give it to someone else. From the outside, she feels unlucky. From the inside, we see that she is eating her own blessings. One small lie at a time. The teaching on right speech says truthful speech is the foundation of trust. When you speak truthfully even when it is uncomfortable, you plant seeds of trust that can turn into opportunities, friendships, and protection. When you lie, you harvest the opposite. The invisible fireworks that stir up conflict and cut relationships apart. Now imagine another person. We can call him Ryan. He rarely lies in obvious ways, but he has a bad habit. He likes to stir the pot. When 2 colleagues get along well, he feels a strange discomfort, as if he is left out. So he says to one, "I heard the other person criticized you in front of the boss." Then he goes to the other and says, "Be careful. They are not as close to you as you think." His words are like invisible matches thrown into dry grass. Nothing explodes immediately, but slowly, suspicion grows. Little conflicts that could have been resolved with a simple conversation are now fueled by his hidden comments. In families, he does the same. He tells one sibling, "Mom clearly loves you less than your brother." He tells a parent, "Your child said they are tired of you." Some people do this because they are bored, some because they think it makes them important, some because they are jealous of seeing others close. Whatever the reason, the action is the same, bringing division. From the outside, there may be no obvious punishment. The world might even reward such people temporarily, calling them good at politics. But from the angle of karma, divisive speech creates a heavy debt. Why? Because each relationship is a bridge. It takes time, trust, and goodwill to build that bridge. When you deliberately throw rocks at it until it cracks, you are not only harming those people's connection, you are also making yourself into someone who cannot be trusted near any bridge. In the long run, you will find that real intimacy stays away from you. People might still share gossip with you, but they will rarely share their soul. To the law of cause and effect, this is not random. This is a harvest. The stone in the mouth, harsh speech that crushes hearts next. Think of someone who takes pride in just being honest, but uses honesty as an excuse for cruelty. We will call her Sarah. She believes that sugar coating is weak. She prefers to tell it like it is. When a friend gains weight, she says, "You look fat." Do not get offended. I am just saying the truth. When a colleague makes a mistake, she says in front of others, "This is basic." Are you stupid? When her partner shares a dream, she says, "That is unrealistic." Stop being childish. She tells herself she is being helpful, that people need to hear hard truths. But the tone of her voice is not loving. It is cutting. There is a huge difference between a surgeon's knife and a street fight knife. Both cut flesh. One cuts to heal, the other cuts to hurt. Words work the same way. If your speech comes from genuine care, even a difficult message can be expressed in a way that leaves the other person's dignity intact. But if your speech is mixed with contempt, impatience, or superiority, then your so-called truth becomes a weapon. People may still listen to you for a while if they feel they have no choice, but inwardly, their hearts close. Over time, you will find yourself increasingly alone. The teaching on right speech says, do not speak harshly. It does not mean you can never speak with strength. It means you must watch the intention behind your tone. Are you trying to help or to punish? Are you speaking from compassion or from irritation? Blessings are like delicate plants. Harsh speech is like acid rain. Pour enough acid rain on the garden of your life, and do not be surprised when it stops blooming. The sugar-coated poison, gossip, and slander that tastes sweet but kills slowly. Now let us walk into the room where many people secretly love to gather, the circle of gossip. There is a woman named Olivia. People like to talk to her because she always knows what is happening. If a colleague has a marriage problem, she knows the details. If a neighbor's child gets into trouble, she knows the story. If a friend is dating someone new, she has already investigated the background. When she meets you for coffee, she leans forward and whispers, "Do not tell anyone I told you this." But then she spills a story that does not belong to her. Gossip has a strange taste. It feels exciting. It gives the illusion of closeness. When someone shares a secret with you, you feel trusted. But most of the time, they are not giving you a gift. They are offering you poison. Because if they are comfortable exposing others to you, they are likely exposing you to others as well. From a karmic perspective, gossip and slander are especially dangerous. Why? Because they combine several harmful actions: breaking trust, twisting facts, fueling judgment, and spreading negativity into minds that were previously clean. When you repeat harm about someone, especially without knowing the full truth, you are throwing mud on their face in the social space. That mud does not only stay on them, it splashes back onto you. Look at the long-term life of people who love gossip. Reputations might call them fun, dramatic, or interesting, but when it truly matters. When someone needs a trustworthy friend to guard their deepest vulnerabilities, they rarely choose the gossip. In the unseen account of blessings, every time you protect someone's reputation instead of tearing it down, you make a deposit. Every time you enjoy a cruel story about someone else's pain, you make a withdrawal. The endless dark cloud complaining speech that chases blessings away. We all know someone like this. Perhaps sometimes it is us. The person for whom nothing is ever enough. The weather is too hot. Then it is too cold. The job is too hard. Then it is too boring. People are too distant. Then they are too clingy. We will call this person Mark. When he wakes up, he sighs. When he goes to bed, he sighs. When he meets friends, his main topic is what is wrong. At first, friends listen out of sympathy. They offer suggestions. They try to help. But after months and years, they begin to feel tired. Because Mark does not actually want solutions. He wants an audience for his cloud. Complaining is not just describing reality. It is a way of positioning yourself as a victim in every situation. It is a way of saying, I have no power. Everything is done to me. From the point of view of cause and effect, constant complaining is like publishing a daily announcement to the universe. I only see what is lacking. Please send me more examples of lack so I can complain about them. And so, blessings, opportunities, and help that might have flowed toward you turn away. Not because life is cruel, but because your mouth keeps painting your world in dark colors. People with blessings are not people whose lives are perfect. They are people who, even in imperfect situation, can still see what is there to be thankful for. Their speech reflects this. They might say, yes, my job is stressful, but at least I have work. Yes, my parents are nagging, but at least they are alive. Yes, I am tired, but I am grateful for the chance to contribute. Such speech does not deny difficulties. It simply refuses to build a home in bitterness. That refusal changes their destiny over time. The curse that bounces back cursing and wishing harm on others sometimes. When anger hits, people say things like, I hope you fail. You will get what you deserve. Or even may something bad happen to you. We have normalized this in movies and online culture. It is almost seen as cool or strong to throw curse words and wishes around. But from the perspective of karma, each of these is like shooting an arrow through your own heart. Imagine your heart as a field of energy. When you generate a strong intention for someone else to suffer, that intention passes through your own field first. It stains it. There was a man named Jason who often uncursed people in traffic. When someone cut him off, he shouted, I hope you crash. When someone drove slowly, he muttered, people like you should not exist. He saw it as relief. But, over time, his general mood became darker and darker. His nervous system lived in aggression. Little inconveniences felt like personal attacks. He started having stomach problems and insomnia. One day, after screaming at another driver, he caught his own reflection in the car window. His face looked twisted with rage. He surprised himself. He realized that the person most poisoned by his daily curses was not other drivers. It was him. Soft speech that looks harmless but weakens your life. Not all dangerous speech is obviously evil. Some is simply empty. Idle talk, endless shallow chatter, constant jokes without depth, wasting hours on meaningless debates that lead nowhere. None of these will send you to prison, but they can imprison your spirit. Imagine your daily energy as a limited amount of water. Where you pour it matters. If your mouth is always moving in trivial ways, you expend energy that could have been used for silence, reflection, meaningful conversation, prayer, or creative work. Spiritually, a person who cannot endure silence often fills the void with noise. Over time, this habit keeps them from hearing deeper guidance. The teaching on right speech includes avoiding useless speech. Not because all jokes are sinful, Laughter is beautiful when it is kind. It is because a life full of noise leaves no space for wisdom to speak. Promises thrown like confetti, careless commitments that dissolve your merit finally. Let us talk about promises. There is a young man named Leo. He has a generous heart but an undisciplined tongue. He says, "I will help you easily," without checking his schedule. He says, "I will definitely be there," when he has not thought it through. He says, "You can count on me," because he wants to be liked. When the time comes, he is often late or absent. He apologizes, says he was busy, promises to make it up. People smile and say, "It is okay." But inside they start to count him as unreliable. Breaking a promise is not only about inconvenience. It is about integrity. Every commitment you keep builds a line of trust in your energy. Every commitment you break without real effort chips away at that line. From the perspective of destiny, someone who keeps their word becomes a safe pillar in the community. Others naturally entrust them with responsibilities and chances. Someone who breaks their word often becomes a loose piece. Others avoid relying on them. Now, after seeing how these 8 patterns work in ordinary lives, you might feel a little overwhelmed. Maybe you recognize yourself in several of them. Maybe you are thinking, if speech is so powerful, I am in trouble. I have made many mistakes. Do not despair. The goal of this reflection is not to make you hate yourself. It is to help you wake up. Because the same mouth that once wasted blessings can, from today, start protecting and growing them. So how do we transform our speech? Let us start with a simple truth. You cannot clean the river if you do not look at the source. Speech is the river. Your mind is the source. Trying to control your words without examining your thoughts is like trying to straighten the waves without touching the wind. You can suppress yourself for a while, but without inner change, the old patterns will burst out again. The first practice, therefore, is awareness. You can begin by simply watching your speech without immediately trying to fix it. For a week, carry a small notebook or use a note app on your phone. Whenever you say something that makes you feel heavy afterward, write down a few words: who you were talking to, what you said, and what you were feeling inside when you said it. At the end of each day, review these notes. You will begin to see pattern. Perhaps you lie most when you are afraid of being judged. Perhaps you gossip most when you feel insecure and want attention. Perhaps you speak harshly when you are tired and have not cared for your own needs. Perhaps you complain most after scrolling through negative news. Seeing the pattern is already a kind of awakening. You move from "I am just like this" to "I am like this" in specific situations for specific reasons. The second practice is the pause. Before you speak, especially in emotional moments, insert one breath. When someone says something that triggers you, your body reacts faster than your wisdom. Your heart rate spikes. Your muscles tighten. Your old stories about them activate. If you speak from that place immediately, your words will almost always create more karma, not less. One breath does not sound like much, but one conscious breath can be the difference between saying, "You always do this," "You are terrible," and saying, "I am really angry right now. Can we talk about what just happened?" The first sentence throws fire. The second opens a door. The third practice is substitution. You cannot just tell yourself, "Do not gossip. Do not complain. Do not lie." The mind rebels against pure prohibition. It needs something to do instead. So when you feel the urge to gossip, you can redirect the conversation toward appreciation. Instead of, "Did you hear what they did?" you can say, "Did you notice how hard they have been working lately?" When you feel the urge to complain, you can add one sentence of gratitude at the end. Instead of, "This job is killing me," you can say, "This job is really hard, but I am grateful I have income while I look for better options." When you feel the urge to lie, you can practice honest but gentle speech. Instead of inventing a dramatic excuse, you can say, "I am sorry. I mismanaged my time." Or, "I simply forgot. That is on me." At first, This will feel awkward. Your mouth is used to its old path. But like any new path, if you walk it often enough, it will become more natural. The fourth practice is silence. In a world that rewards constant noise, choosing silence can feel strange. But silence is the home where wise speech is born. You can choose pockets of silence in your day, a morning walk without headphones, a few minutes sitting quietly before sleep, a car ride without radio. In these moments, you can reflect on your day's speech. Where did my words today bring light? Where did they bring darkness? What am I grateful for in the way I spoke? What would I like to do differently tomorrow? This gentle review turns your daily life into practice. Little by little, your speech becomes less reactive and more intentional. The fifth practice is inner nourishment. Harsh, negative, and harmful speech often comes from a heart that is tired, wounded, or empty. If you never rest, never process your own pain, never receive kindness, your mouth will eventually reflect that starvation. So taking care of your body, your sleep, your diet, your emotional needs, and your spiritual practice is not selfish. It is part of protecting others from the worst of your speech. When your inner cup is less empty, you are less likely to spit poison at others. The sixth practice is making amends. Where possible, go back and repair. Not every relationship can be fixed, but many can be healed at least partially by sincere words. You can say to someone you have hurt, "I have been reflecting on the way I spoke to you. I realize my words were unfair and caused you pain. I am sorry. I am trying to change this pattern." Even if they do not instantly forgive you, you have planted a different seed. From the angle of karma, sincere remorse and concrete efforts to change reduce the weight of old actions. Continuing the same harmful speech and justifying it increases that weight. Why people with a spiritual heart are extra careful with speech. The original text speaks about people who have Buddha in their heart, meaning people who carry a sincere wish to live with compassion and awareness. Such people often become especially careful with their speech for several reasons. They know that thoughts shape words, words shape actions, actions shape habits, habits shape character, and character shapes destiny. They understand that every sentence is a small act of creation. To speak is to paint reality in someone's mind. To constantly paint harsh, dark images is to contribute to suffering. To paint gently, truthfully, and kindly is to contribute to healing. They respect the power of cause and effect. They realize that while a careless sentence may be forgotten by their conscious mind, it does not disappear. It leaves a trace in the other person's heart and in their own field. They value their blessings. They have worked hard through practice, generosity, and restraint to build a certain level of peace, trust, and support in their life. They do not want to waste that capital through a stupid joke, a cruel comment, or a lazy lie. So they practice. They speak more slowly. They listen more than they talk. They use their words to comfort, clarify, and sometimes to firmly but respectfully set boundaries. They avoid adding fuel to hatred and division. They are not perfect. They also slip and say things they regret. But when they do, they notice, repent, and correct. Over the years, you can feel it. When you sit next to someone whose speech is clean, you feel safe. Your nervous system relaxes. You are not afraid that your weaknesses will be mocked or exposed. Such people may not be rich or famous, but they are often surrounded by real respect and quiet blessings. On the other hand, people whose speech is constantly sharp, deceptive, divisive, or full of poison might be powerful on the surface, but inside their life, there is often loneliness, conflict, and instability. The older wisdom has seen this pattern for centuries. It is not a theory, it is observation. Turning toward your own mouth with compassion and honesty now, I would like to turn gently toward you. Take a moment and think what kind of speech pattern causes you the most trouble. Is it lying to avoid discomfort? Is it gossiping to feel excited and close to others? Is it harsh criticism that pushes people away? Is it constant complaining that makes you and everyone around you tired? Is it cursing and wishing harm when you are angry? Is it endless joking and idle talk that leaves you feeling empty? Is it breaking promises because you commit with your mouth faster than your life can follow? Whichever it is, do not beat yourself up. Simply see it, name it, and acknowledge that it has power. You are not doomed to repeat it forever. The moment you truly see that this pattern is burning your blessings, not protecting you, something inside you will want to change. That wish to change is precious. In many traditions, it is said that the moment you sincerely wish to purify your speech, you are already surrounded by subtle support. Teachers, books, videos, and situations will appear to help you practice. From today onward, you can begin to treat your own mouth as a sacred gate. Before words cross that gate, ask them 3 simple questions. Is it true? Is it necessary? Is it kind? If your words fail all 3, maybe they should remain unspoken. If they are true but not necessary, you can let them rest. If they are true and necessary but not kind, you can refine your tone. If they are true, necessary, and kind, then your speech is aligned with wisdom, even if the content is difficult. Using your words to build blessings. We have talked a lot about what not to say. Let us not forget that speech can also actively build blessings. You can use your mouth to plant seeds of goodness every day. You can thank people sincerely for their efforts, especially those whose work is often ignored. Cleaners, security guards, cashiers, delivery workers, nurses. You can encourage someone who is doubting themselves, reminding them of their strengths. You can apologize when you are wrong, humbling your pride. You can say, I love you. I am proud of you. I am grateful for you. To people who quietly support you but rarely hear these words, you can speak up gently against unfairness when others are silent. Every such sentence is like a small offering, not to any external deity, but to the field of life itself. That field remembers. It returns such offerings in ways you cannot predict. A timely help, a door that opens, a disaster that passes you by without touching you. You may never know which kindness of speech prevented which pain. That is fine. Your job is not to track the balance sheet. Your job is to keep planting. Before we close this long sharing, I want to invite you into a small experiment. For the next 7 days, choose one aspect of your speech to focus on. Maybe you choose to reduce complaining. Maybe you choose to stop gossiping. Maybe you choose to tell the truth gently instead of lying. Maybe you choose to say one sincere sentence of appreciation to someone each day. Do not try to fix everything at once. That leads to frustration. Just pick one door and stand guard there. Each night, review how you did, without harshness. Celebrate small successes. Acknowledge the moments you slipped and think about what triggered them. At the end of the week, notice if anything inside you feels different. Perhaps your mind is slightly calmer. Perhaps your relationships feel a little lighter. Perhaps you feel more in control of yourself. These are small signs that your speech is beginning to align with your deepest wish for awakening, wisdom, compassion, and a blessed destiny. My friend, your mouth is the front line of your karma. Through it, your inner world becomes outer reality. May you learn to hold this gate with care. May more and more of your words bring healing and clarity. May less and less of your words cause harm. And may your blessings, instead of being cut in half by careless speech, grow deeper and more stable with every year you walk this path. If this long sharing has spoken to your heart, if it has helped you see your own speech in a new light, I gently invite you to join the conversation. In the comments, you can share one speech habit you are currently working on and what you have noticed so far. You can share a story of a sentence someone once spoke to you that changed your life for the better, or a sentence you regret and what it taught you. Your story might be the mirror that helps someone else recognize their own pattern and begin to change. If you would like to support this channel, you can subscribe so you do not miss future deep dives into awakening. wisdom, cause and effect, compassion, practice, destiny, and the subtle ways our daily choices shape our lives. You can like this video so the platform understands that thoughtful, long-form content like this matters to you. You can leave a comment to help weave this into a real community of people doing inner work together. And if you feel called to support more directly, you are warmly invited to become a member. Your support allows us to keep creating these long, story-rich sharings that are not about quick entertainment, but about walking with you as you transform from the inside out. Thank you for staying all the way to the end. May your speech become clearer, kinder, and more awake. May your words protect your blessings instead of wasting them. And may every sentence you speak from today onward be a small step toward a life filled with wisdom and compassionate power.
Every person carries a certain energy. Your focus, your dreams, your purpose. Bracelet is a physical reminder of that energy. Symbol you wear daily that pushes you to stay grounded, balanced, and aligned. If one of the bracelets caught your eye, you can order it through the link in the description and check more powerful styles on our homepage store. Choose the one that strengthens your journey.